All right, y'all. I apologize, man. I had some technical issues earlier, but I'm back again. Uh, Continuing to talk, Final Four talk, and be sure to hit the like button, sub to the channel too if you're not a member, and hit the notifications. All right, now I did get into first and foremost the most anticipated game that's finna take place and the heated rivalry or long time rivalry, traditional rivalry within the conference in Carolina and Duke. Uh, as I was saying earlier, I really feel like Carolina, if they're clicking both in the interior as well as the perimeter, then it's going to be tough to beat them, especially when you consider how Love has been playing lately. Because Love did not, he wasn't playing as good earlier in the season as he was now, or at least against us. He didn't perform that well. I think the last time he played us, he only had 8 points. But the guy that was beneficial for Carolina was Baycott, of course. He's always going to get his. Uh, and then of course it was Manning. Now I know somebody had asked me about R.J. Davis. R.J. earlier, I think it was TJ that asked me about R.J. Davis. R.J. Davis didn't really play that good last time we played. Well, I know the first time he didn't play that good. He only had a 11 point, but he shot 0 of 3 from 3 pointers and was 4 of 11. But the guy that in my opinion was uh, Manning. But that was the first game. Now the second game earlier this month, and when we played them, uh, you know, when they came to our house, when they came to Cameron, it was all it was all about Baycott, and I'm pretty sure Hubert Davis had ripped into him because he came back and I mean he was a monster that game. 23 points, two two blocks, two steals, and 7 rebounds. But it was really Manic. It was Manic on the rebounding, and R.J. Davis. He had a decent game that game. Uh, he shot a lot better that game, and including 50% from the field. Now, Banchero, on the other hand, very, 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 very inefficient. He shot 11 of 26. He was shot jacking, which I didn't like. He shot 1 of 5 from 3 pointers, and it was Mark Williams. Mark Williams was the one that was coming in because he was a force on the defensive end. I mean, he had a double double. He was 16 and 10. But it just wasn't enough. Carolina, they were waiting to get us, and that's the thing. We've gotten each other in both of our houses now, but you got to take that into account too, and let's not forget about Roach and Kills. I think a lot of people are really underestimating that. See, Roach Roach is a dynamic playmaker, man, and I hate the fact that they overlook him. You know, uh, Kills he did pretty good, but it was Roach off the bench that during that time that he was very efficient, and more importantly, it was his playmaking down the stretch. He was hitting some key shots, but for the most part, we were not good against Carolina, and we did not perform well that second that second outputting towards them. Uh, I'm gonna take Duke in this game, and it's not that I'm being biased. It's not gonna be a tough. I mean, it's not gonna be just an easy game. It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game because you got to think about what's at stakes. A national championship. Okay, it's a tiebreaker within the season. Okay, you're in the final four. You know, uh, and it's an all time rivalry. It's a when you think of Duke and Carolina, I mean this is at this stage this is like the best. Now some people do want the game to either be in Chapel Hill or to either be in Cameron Indoor Stadium, but having it in New Orleans on the big stage, that's even better where everybody can see it. Now, a game that nobody's I think a game that nobody's really talking about is the Villanova and Kansas game. Uh, you know, I take my hats off to Bill Self. And I don't understand why a lot of people what they have against Bill Self. I don't know why they don't like this guy, but Bill Self, he's a tremendous coach. Um, However, Villanova man has been they're they're becoming more and more every single year. They're coming, they're either in the Final Four or they're competing for that national championship. Having said all of that, I got to go with Villanova. I got to go with Villanova. Villanova, their defense is going to. I think they're going to swelter Kansas. They got good guard play, and I just don't think that there's any answer for them this year. Now, I wanted Michigan. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted Michigan to beat them. And actually, Michigan had a chance to beat them. The pressure was really on Villanova. It wasn't on Michigan. It was on Villanova. Uh, you know, the guy that everybody got to watch out for is Samuels uh, for Villanova, Jermaine Samuels. I mean, this guy right here, he's phenomenal. He's energetic. You know, inside out, can pretty much do it all. I I don't know where his trajectory is in terms of what he's gonna do in the NBA draft. I mean, no opinion. I don't know what's set to take place. But I will tell you this though, as a team, as a squad, I really feel like Villanova is going to bring it to Kansas. I think the only thing that with Kansas that you could probably say they can probably have a chance is the fact if they run and make the game ugly. And so I'm going with Villanova, and then I'm going with Duke, and then after that, then of course, hey, we gonna go ahead and we gonna take the ship because I don't think that anybody in their right mind, wants any smoke with us. Now, the pressure is gonna be all on Coach K. It's gonna be all on Duke. We have to look at it from that perspective because a lot of everybody thinking that you know Duke is just gonna come in here and it's just gonna be easy work and all this other stuff. Nah, it wasn't easy work. It wasn't easy work by any means in this tournament, regardless of what people want to think. Uh, when we played Texas Tech, man, shoot, we had a rude awakening, a very rude awakening. Uh, and it wasn't Banchero that was a star. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, I want people to stop automatically thinking that just because a guy is putting up all these buckets and all this other stuff that he's doing so well. Yeah, I look at more things than that. Yes, his composure is phenomenal. His poise is phenomenal. To be a freshman like that, it's one of a kind. But he still can be inefficient and try to force the game and instead of letting the game come to him at times. And I think that is going to hurt him in the end if he continues to do that. But I like how he played last game because he stuck with it. Uh, let's see. Give me 1 second. Because when he played against Arkansas, now don't get me wrong, we had the lead in the first half, but how we began the game, you would have thought that Arkansas was about to go ahead and take control of that game. Arkansas has put up a good fight. I know the score doesn't really look like it, but they put up well, the score at, I would say like going into the second half because I think we were up by what? I think we was up by 12. We was up by 12 in the first half. But we went up because we went on a late run and that was after Arkansas was bringing it to us. So, but they put up a good fight, but it wasn't all about Banchero. I want people to understand that. It was guys like Mark Williams and more. But we're gonna win this game. Uh, Baycott, man, he's been phenomenal. I don't mind saying it. I don't mind giving a Carolina Tar Heel they credit or they just do. Look, I'm not one of those guys, man, that be like, yeah, man, just because that person plays for a particular team, they're trash or something like that. Now I don't do that sort of thing. I don't do that. Matter of fact, if I feel like he's better than the guys on our squad, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it straight up. You know, he. I think he's got more in his bag than Mark Williams, but in terms of a better rim protector, in terms of I think the rebounding be a little bit equal, but rim protection, I got Williams all day. But that's not to say that because Baycott, man, they're both going to be defensive forces when they get in the league, and that's why I want to see this matchup. Yes, I know everybody wants to see the guard. They want to see the guards go at it. But this is going to be a battle of the interior. Yeah, this is going to be a battle of the interior. Um, and I think people are going to get their money's worth. But I also look at it like this too. If Carolina wins, this will be this will be tremendous for Hubert Davis. The fact that he's a black coach and he's doing that and he put it on his shoulders because shout out to J Mac Media Talk. Go subscribe to his channel. But J Mac brought up a good point. He was saying that, and I didn't really necessarily agree with him at first, but I had to look at it what he was saying, and I kind of I kind of understood what he was saying about Roy Williams. And he was saying basically that if Roy Williams had the squad, he would have lost it a long time ago. And I think that Roy Williams would have lost. Those guys wouldn't have bought in as much as they're buying into what Hubert Davis is because man, Hubert Davis is man, he's a tremendous coach, man. I gotta hand it to Hubert Davis because they bounced back. Man, they were 16-7, man. No, and listen, I can't even front. I wasn't giving Carolina a chance, but they have went on a late run. They have grown up, really grown up, and it seems like they're playing their best basketball. One could argue that they're they're playing they were playing possum throughout the whole entire uh, season or what have you. That's what many people could say. But and I don't want to hear. Look, I don't want to hear everybody saying that. Oh yeah, well, Coach K, they're gonna just put him in there and anything. That man, listen, I'm here to tell you that they're not giving Coach K anything. Matter of fact, the Tar Heels would love nothing more than to spoil this magic for Coach K. He just came off of passing John Wooden for the most Final Fours appearances, and then also being that this is going to be his last dance, pretty much, really his last dance, really. Uh, they would love nothing more. Do you think that Carolina's just going to come in and just automatically just give us the game? No. And I think Duke is going to be playing harder. They're going to play hard, real hard. I mean, they going to go. Listen, this game is going to. It might get. I know it's going to get physical. Duke and Carolina games have always got physical. I can't remember a game when it was just like, oh yeah, a soft game and nothing like that. No, it's always intense. This is what listen, matter of fact, this is more exciting than what you about to witness, in the playoffs in the NBA. This is exciting. Nobody listen, I'm not taking nothing away from Kansas or Villanova, but don't nobody want to see that game. I'm just being honest with you. People want to see Duke and Carolina. People want to get back to rivalries. That's what they want to see. They want to see that. A lot of people live for that. A lot of people do what they can just so that a lot of people wanted this, but I, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like some people are basing this on coincidence. Isn't it a coincidence that Duke and Carolina are playing with it being Coach K's last year? I, you know, I don't. A part of me likes it, but a part of me doesn't. Because I'm not gonna lie. I mean, do I want Coach K to go out and off in the sunset? Absolutely. Listen, man, Coach K has been a, you know, he's been a phenomenal coach, man. You don't hear you really don't hear a lot of stuff about Coach K in terms of being a like a bad person or doing stuff under the table. You hear about that. You hear about that about some of these other coaches. Now, am I saying that this guy's a saint? Nah, nah, absolutely not. He ain't no saint. But he's treated the game well. He's not out here cheating the game, and he's been good to the game. He's been good to the college game. So him winning would be just the icing on the cake, so to speak. And I was really serious, and I think I'm going to talk about this more in depth. But I really feel like Nolan should be the coach, man. I really feel like Stroll and Nolan should get it. Nolan Smith. I really feel like Nolan Smith, man, he's been great, man. He doesn't get no respect or any of that he deserves. But he's the one that should be the coach, man. And I'm thinking maybe what if he declined it? Maybe he could have declined it, but I'm like I'm thinking to myself, I'm like Nolan has been on that squad for quite some time coaching. He should be that head guy in charge. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like Shire could take us there. I don't feel like Shire is vocal enough. I don't. I'm like, how did you land? How did you end up getting in position and get Coach K's chair? Because he's been grooming Nolan. I know he's grooming Shire, but man, come on, man. And then to have a black coach too at that, man, that would be phenomenal because you got it in Carolina. I just would like to, it'd be phenomenal for two black coaches to be going at it, man. Like, oh, give Strolling Nolan a chance, man. Give him his opportunity. He really needs an opportunity, man. And no, and I also feel that they robbed they robbed Penny. I felt like they wanted to put Gonzaga in it, but Memphis had Gonzaga, man. I was so mad. I wanted to see Gonzaga. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted to see Gonzaga in it. I really did, man. I mean, I wanted to see. Sorry about that. I wanted to see Memphis in it. Sorry, not Gonzaga, Memphis. And they'll hope. Those guys are chokers. Those guys, they choke every season. They might want to consider, uh, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did some stuff like that if they consider getting rid of the coach. You Mark Few has, he's been there since 19. He's been there since '99. I had to check that real quick. This guy has been there for a long, long time and has not gotten it done. I mean, he's got a high win percentage. I mean, he's been there as an assistant. He's been there as an assistant. He was there as an assistant uh, back in the late night, in '90, and then he took over because he was an assistant from '90 to '99, and then since '99 he's been coaching, but he's never won a title. He has not won a title. Has not won a title. Now he's getting closer, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're analyzing this, man, because he's been there a long time and still has failed to carry him over the hump. They I'm listen, I'm not look, I don't think that Drew Timmy is is an NBA player. That's just me. He might be an NBA player, but I don't think he's gonna be as successful. I think he's more fit for college. Chet Holmgren. I don't think that he's ready for the NBA right now. But it's not like they didn't have any talent to truly get it done. But I don't know if he's coaching them to, I guess, just not get over the hump. and we can't blame it on anybody else. You have been you pretty much have been in control of the system for pretty much damn near 25. Well, shoot. Oh, I mean for pretty much 2 decades, over 2 decades. So it might be time for him to go. It might be time for him to. Uh, it might need. They might need another. They might need a shakeup, man. They might need a shakeup because they did worse than they did last. I mean, it wasn't like too much worse, but they didn't. People were projecting them to win this year, automatically putting these guys in the championship. So make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications. Again, I apologize about the technical difficulties earlier. But Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment, man, I'll get at y'all later.